Eye Television, and you all are yet welcome to another edition of your societal program, Focal Point. Today I'm really happy, I'm really excited to be in your company because as usual, we get to diagnose a societal problem, we get to treat it, bring solutions to something that we have observed that is causing our society to have little hinges here and there, which are not supposed to be. Okay, so I'm really happy to be with you all, and yes, I have come with fine minds. These minds that you guys have been privileged to hear from, to see, and learn from. These people are here again to dish out what they know best, what they know is going to better our society. Before I introduce them, I'm going to give out our talking point for today. On this finding, we are looking at gossip, reasons and effects. Someone just said, I know you did that because, well, gossip is not something we find funny, but then again, it is something at one point all of us are involved in. That's the shocking part of the whole thing. We don't like gossip. We don't like people to gossip about us. Not at all. But then again, that's one thing we all are guilty of. Someone will be like, I don't gossip. Well, with somebody on this platform this day, you realize you have been a big gossip yourself. Well, let's quickly introduce those that have come today. I'll start with the beautiful lady because, of course, it said ladies before gentlemen, not so. So I'm going to follow that rule. And she was here when we were trying to look at stereotypes. And when you guys heard from her, you were intrigued because she really poured out her heart there. She's a researcher, and so when she's on board, she's done lots and lots of research. She's not just talking about something that she has in her head or something that she's thinking. She's not an armchair researcher. She's somebody who goes into the field, puts her ears down, opens her eyes wide, and then when she comes on a platform like this one, she opens her mouth. We're looking at this beautiful, fine, dark, chocolate researcher, D. Ariane. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Long time coming. Today I'm just very happy. I don't know the reason. No, don't say anything. But I'm just happy to have you here. So how has it been?
It's been cool.
Why did you wait for me to call you before you came in? Why don't you even call me like, what's going on? I miss you. You do that for me.
I'll do that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, I'll just stay on this side. This is my right hand. There's a very fine gentleman too at the end. I love to call him Juju because that's the name of my junior brother, and he just happened to have that same name. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the soft-spoken pastor. I think for a pastor, he's too soft. Right? It's too soft spoken. Pastors of today that we need around, they should be radical. They should we need to pound the devil. Have you seen that video when we're pounding the devil?
No.
You've not seen it. The devil is dead though, but I don't know how bad things are happening. Pastor Julius, ladies and gentlemen, he is here again, and when he comes, right, he starts it off so calmly, so soft, then brings in a very radical dimension that makes you and I go, So it's always a pleasure to have him. Hello to you, Pastor.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Why did some people know why? Did you guys call each other? Are you in the choir?
Yes.
Should we
In
say
this church?
No.
we are siblings though?
You guys are siblings?
Yeah, from the same family. So.
Oh, okay. Are you in D too?
No. We are from the northwest.
Okay, that's a family.
Yeah.
Okay, Lord is you both your strength. You all are welcome. And of course, the radicalist, because if you have someone who is soft, you have to have somebody who is hot. But now the only problem here is this person is not hot; he is extremely hot. When he starts handling it, he does not want to take it too hard at the beginning. He starts as though he does not want to be hot. Then, there is a spirit that wants it in you. You can't hide it. You can call him the love doctor. You can call him a counselor because he wears so many hats, ladies and gentlemen. He has so many feathers on that same hat, on the various hats that he carries on. You can call him a father. You can call him brother. Whatever you identify him at, he's going to fit in that shoe perfectly. But, we love him as a love doctor because he keeps dishing out lots and lots of truths and mysteries, which of course we need in our dispensation. The youth of today, we've gone astray, and so we need somebody who is a youth like himself, who has been in that pot of soup, who has seen it firsthand, to be able to talk to you and I. And because he has counseled so many of you that will be listening to him again today, who is better to give you the counseling that you will need again on the program or on the platform than the one and only Apostle Lefford Divine of Wisdom Center. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Is it Miss or Mrs.? Have you reached Mrs.?
No, I'm still the Miss level. But I love that. Because is smiling because, it's like word come to pass.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Okay. Good day to all our beautiful listeners, our viewers of.
Where are you from, a radio?
Television. No. I know they are watching, they are listening. I'm more interested in. They should not just watch the images, actually hear what we are saying, and we are glad. They are always responding. All our people who watch online as well, celebrate you. Keep watching, and we're sure we have a wonderful time. Interesting topic. For sure, we're gonna have a short time together.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. The people who are here today to talk about gossip, its reasons and its effect. Now, do you know I'm going to start with the lady Ariane? Because when I mentioned this topic to someone, the person said it's a woman thing. Little does that person know, men of today, they gossip more than even the women. Especially when you meet them at the bars. So, well, let's start with Ariane. Ariane, what do you understand by gossip?
In my own opinion, gossip is talking about somebody, especially negatively in their absence. But I got a very intriguing definition of gossip today. I haven't wrote it down. I'll just read it out.
Okay.
Gossip is speaking to someone who is neither directly part of the problem or the solution concerning another person who is not present.
Neither part of the problem or the
not
solution.
the solution. Yeah. I was really intrigued by that definition because you're talking to somebody who has nothing to do with the problem on ground or who doesn't have the solution to that problem.
Or has nothing in mind about the other person.
Yes, and the absence of the person is gossip.
Okay, so
Yes.
Ariane, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to expatiate a little bit because I think
So, yeah, because what I read here was that people hide behind the guise of trying to help a person by spreading issues around, spreading people's personal issues in the name of we are trying to help them when you know that you don't have a solution to the problem. And what differentiates between gossip and what any other thing or a very
also a dialogue with someone,
harmless
yes,
discussion,
about,
harmless dialogue is the motive behind it.
Okay.
Yes. The motive behind it says it all. If you are genuinely discussing something with someone who has maybe like a solution to something concerning that person, it's different. But when your motive is just to spread information,
And
especially
just stain the other person's
just stain
reputation.
somebody's reputation, especially to someone who has nothing, no role to play in that, you're gossiping.
All right, Pastor Julius, do you buy that definition that Ariane has brought?
Yeah, I buy that definition 100%.
Do you have anything to add on what you think gossip is?
Well, for me, I think gossip is bringing forth false informations about people, just like you said, people who
Or
don't
have baked information?
people who don't have what it takes to maybe resolve the problems that you may be gossiping at.
Okay, Apostle, our radicalist. You've heard from Ariane as well as Pastor Julius. Do you have anything to add as per the definition we are trying to bring forth about gossip?
Yeah, her definition, it's actually, I love her definition very much. It actually summarizes a lot of my view and what some things I want to really talk about concerning gossip. The definition really catches the essence of what gossip is. But basically, gossip is literally idle talk.
Okay.
Yes, it's an idle talk that
Alright.
involves people's private lives.
Oh.
Yes, private matters.
Okay.
And so a gossip is basically somebody who likes those idle talks about some people's private or personal business. You see, the truth there is we're living in a world, unfortunately, people don't know
They don't have boundaries.
yes, they don't know that not everything is your concern.
Exactly.
Yes, it's not everything.
That you have to know.
Yes, like you remember the last time we were talking here, I was talking about even criticism. I think once I was talking, I'm making something about criticism, and then we're talking about even when we're trying to challenge double standards and all of those things. Then I talk about criticism, and then I talk, like for example, there's some people who have put up themselves to discipline the church or to criticize the church. For
Online disciplinary council.
Yes, who, according to them, speaking against something is actually their way of correcting. And I explain that most of the times they do that because they want to look better. They want to create content. Also, I made something, I'm coming to what a fact that I made very clear. That when it comes to discipline, unfortunately, discipline has jurisdiction. It means not everybody has the capacity to employ discipline in particular areas. Unfortunately, when people are supposed to be learning and growing with humility, we take upon ourselves to criticize people, fathers, people who have gone ahead, and all of that. Does it mean that the church will not be corrected? No, but there's a protocol. We should not always think that there's no protocol. I'm saying this because even in when we start diving into really what gossip is, a lot of people, like she mentioned very important something, that some people will hide behind that guise of we are trying to bring a solution, we are trying to help, when they have no business in whatever it's being said or done. Because I want to point this out, for example, most of the time we make the mistake. David is one of the persons that is said to never lose any battle. And there's a reason for that, because he knows when to run and when to fight.
Exactly.
You see, never confuse Goliath for Saul. So no matter how bad Saul is, you don't fight Saul. You can fight Goliath.
We can't fight.
Don't always. Most of our Christians don't know who the enemy is. You see, Saul might be bad, might even be rejected by God, but he's not your enemy. And it's not your place to put him down. Because the one who anointed Saul was the very one who anointed David. Fighting that is fighting the very thing that's upon you. So these are some things that some people don't understand. So people are asking, well, why is he saying all of this? I'm saying that, for example, I pointed out that there are a lot of times your neighbor's kid has done very funny thing. And you wish you could just whip the hell out of that child. But why do you stop? In fact, you shout at that neighbor's child, the mother or the parent will come and warn you first. That if there's anything, come and talk to me.
So we didn't get in a fight with you.
Yes. So you describe that there's a protocol in everything, and most of the times this gossip thing, which is also one of the ill, also comes because of this breach of protocol, this breach of boundaries, and this misunderstanding people have. So like I said, it's basically idle talk that has to do with people's private lives, people's private businesses.
Okay, Apostle, I'm going to stay with you, because from this question, when you answer, I think the other two panelists will be able to pick up from there. Okay, we've spoken about what gossip is. Why then do we have gossip?
Why do we have gossip? What I've been saying, I mentioned some few things. I some smart person was there. You could have already picked why we have some of this gossip. Now, there are many reasons, but I'm just going to give a few as it pops up. Now, one of the reasons for gossip is idleness. The truth is that all of us have the tendency to gossip. Everybody has that tendency.
All of us have that curiosity to want to know about another person's personal life.
Not only know, yes, because gossip is both ways. People think the gossip is only the person talking.
The recipient is a gossip.
That's another thing. You see, I hear people say, she don't me, no.
What are you supposed to do?
No. You see, that's the thing.
Good news comes to your doorstep.
Exactly.
Can you drive good things?
Good.
Apostle, come on now. Let's be objective here. You are in your clothing is sitting in her office. I bring some juicy juice. She can't go nowhere in her office.
That's the point. You see, let me explain something. There's a reason why you came and made the clothing.
I'm not here.
Good. So you see, let me tell you, gossip is not a one-way thing. Some people are just like how in life, some people are more talkative than others. Just because somebody is quiet and listening, and you understand what I'm saying? Because for gossip to be complete, there must be the bringer of news, and there must be the recipient of news.
And probably the diagnoser.
Because if there is no listener, gossip cannot happen.
It cannot.
So gossip is a cycle that involves a gossip who is a listener and a gossip who is a giver. You understand?
I get.
Yes, so it's a complete cycle that involves both partners. You understand?
It's a two-way stretch.
It's a two-way stretch. So it is not complete. In fact, gossip cannot happen until there's a very ardent, avid, and curious and appreciative listener.
Yes, that's right.
Ardent, appreciative listener.
Yes, yes. They mean that the person actually enjoys. Nobody lets you talk to somebody who is not listening to them. So that's why I always tell somebody, I say, when you are that person says she's the most capital, you know you're a gossip. No, you are a gossip.
It meets me.
You are just a professional recipient.
Gossiper receiver.
Yes, you are. You are. You see, there is a way that you build your life that things don't get to you.
That's right.
There's a way you build your life. I know this, but even in church, I always say this. When you come to a place, and within 1 week, you have known all the bad things in that place, you are bad.
You are very bad.
You, the person who has known it, you are bad.
Clothing, you are bad.
You are bad. No, it is very important.
Yes.
Let's say this. Because you are able to draw in
The energy.
just that energy. It means somebody, the bad people who are already there, could perceive
That you
that
are,
you are a recipient. There are people who have been in a place for 4 years, and then they think that they were like, "But you have never heard it. How come you just come now so you hear them?"
I'm telling
Exactly.
you. Yeah.
It's the gossip. It's a gossip genotype.
You have the gene.
Yes, it's
You
the
have the
gossip
blood
gene.
group. Of
Yes.
but still, come
Yes.
on.
And when we are going to really, when we are really going to understand what this gossip is, there's another side to this which can actually be positive, but it's not really called gossip. But we are going to look at it. But I just showed you this.
Exactly.
I just showed you something now that shows the negative. So some of the reasons include what? Idleness.
Oh.
Idleness. The truth there is when people are busy. Have you ever seen when they write you? Imagine somebody writes you now and bring you hostages. What will you say? I beg a day on air.
Yeah.
We'll talk after. So if after that you are still busy, you just that talk will see the shift.
Yeah.
And after that, when the person is really hot for talk, you will talk about the person. And when talk, I don't go.
There's no need to
know
talk to
finally
you
carries
again,
this
yeah.
for you because you
And
know.
even if you call me, you'll be like, no, you'll be okay.
You'll be okay, yeah, you'll be okay, yes. So you discover that when you are busy,
Yeah.
you are less involved in gossip. It's in fact, idleness is one of the major problems of all our lives, including marital problems. Yes, I explained this. It's not love relationship, but people always benefit one or two when you come. So that
It's
when
okay.
I announce my program, you come and pay a ticket. Now, this is it. You see, one time I was brought here and they were talking about sexual satisfaction in marriage and stuff. They brought me. I was talking about yes, it was Meet the Love Doctor on High TV here Saturday. So I was talking about. They were talking about women are crying, they are not satisfied. Oh, this, that. And when I began to dissect it, so people, okay, you even brought up that topic at time. I remember one time you brought up the topic here on this same platform, and we even called some women and they refused to come. I really wanted the woman to look me in the eye and let me tell them the reality.
Yeah.
So when you sit at home, check any woman who is busy. Check any
There's
woman
certain things she
who is
doesn't have time
very
for.
busy.
Yeah.
You will discover that she easily understands her man.
Of course.
It's easier to understand a man when you are busy. She can understand that, oh, this man needs rest now. Now you sit in the house the whole day watching Netflix and Philippine movie and Indian movie. Fire up your hormones.
Oh.
Fire up your hormones, everything. You are
And that's why possible to go and gossip
you're
about
waiting
your
for
marital
them.
life to
You
neighbor.
are fired all your hormones. You have watched all kinds of films and you are fired up. And you sit down and then you now imagine that when the mom enter the house, you just take his bag and throw it like that. And you will remove his hand like that. He will jump on him like that and he will carry you up like that and throw you on the bed. And then in slow motion, begin to remove your dresses. Mama, it will never happen. Never in this life or in the life to come. It was not designed to be so. That man is there. He just wants to bathe and rest a little bit. You are on a totally different plane. He's on a totally different plane. And then now you get to say, I'm not satisfied. He come in and he's not whatever.
He's not doing anything.
This is, I just want to say this, that idleness is a major issue.
Yeah.
When you have too much time in your hands. In fact, one of the problems with social media is because it has enhanced a lot of idle time. It has enhanced a lot of that time when people just spend. There are people who study statuses. I don't understand whether they study it. They want to have a PhD. There are people who they browse status like they are from this one status to the next status.
And they're asking short.
And they are taking it and all of that. You see, that's after you take from here, you go now and pass here. My friend, you don't see the one and all of that. So these are the realities of A. Another thing is they need to be better than others.
Oh.
Yes, like she mentioned, motivation.
Yeah.
Most people don't know it. The truth is, you have to actually agree and acknowledge something that the heart is desperately wicked. You see, when you don't understand this thing, you don't get it. The heart. You see, if God does not tame your heart, you yourself, you cannot believe what you will do.
Yeah.
You see, the truth about the matter is, this is something that everybody needs to know and accept, and so that you can be able to apportion grace for yourself. You see, one of the things that makes people to be very evil is when you think you cannot fall, or you are very strong.
Unbeatable.
All of us, have you never sat one time and you are shocked at how much jealousy is in your heart? Yeah. Like you look at somebody and you are just angry.
Yes, exactly.
And until you have to ask yourself, but now wait.
Yeah.
This is a reality.
Yeah.
So sometimes these things happen, or somebody comes with a kind of vibe. Sometimes, let me give you something very simple. Somebody just enters a place with a kind of vibe, and then all of a sudden, maybe somebody you have been trying to catch the person's attention for a very long time. The person was not having a time.
But that person just comes,
and the person has a vibe. They want to see that person you have been trying to catch attention to is already
vibing
to that person.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you start feeling a need to start correcting, to really start explaining how this person's shortcoming, you know.
Oh.
And I really talk now because I just say, he really, Famu really helped you a colleague. You understand? Now, you listen, not everything that is true is the truth.
No, of course not.
You know what I just said?
Yes, I heard you.
Not everything that is true is the truth.
Exactly.
Let me give you an example. You can say the truth, or you can say what is true, let me use it, let me put it like that, but with the wrong spirit. That's why I keep saying that there is something called the spirit of the letter. Even the Bible talks about it.
In fact,
you can use even this Bible to kill.
Most of the time,
You can use the Bible to justify almost all evil on this earth, if you're looking for it. So let me give this example before I leave the mic. Have you ever, I'm sure everybody here might have experienced one way or the other, and I'm sure you're even the one, you look like somebody who might have done that. Now, have you ever, your parents ever come in, and then you run and go and tell your parents that, mommy, so brother has broken glass.
I told her about somebody who was taking something that does not belong to the person.
Good. Now, you go and say, mommy, Joseph, don't broke down your glass. Is it true?
It's true.
But why are you saying it? You want that person flogged.
Totally, I'm complaining.
So you discover that it is true.
Probably because the person hurt you during the day.
Yes,
the person reported slapped me 2 days before that day.
You are saying that because something happened when you were playing. Maybe the person used the toy. Maybe the person. So and then you were just waiting. In fact, you start shouting when my mother is right outside. Mama, you don't go believe. You know.
Mama, I just want to tell you that.
Good.
Okay.
So you get my point.
Yes.
So the point of that is that, are the words coming out of your mouth true?
Yes.
But the spirit behind it is bad. That's what the Bible calls spirit of discernment is not seeing demons. Some people think spirit of discernment is ability to see demons or angels. No, spirit of discernment is to be able to discern the spirit of what is being said. And if we're able to discern it, for example, you will understand the spirit behind so-called feminism. Some people think that feminism is not just what is being said, it's the spirit. As I told you, that it's propagated by bitter people. Yeah. So whether you like it or not, it's bitterness that is being spread. Forget about what the words that have been said. Yeah. So my point is this. So for either you want to get back at somebody, the motivation, jealousy, idleness, and some people are just busybodies. Some people are just, even the Bible talk about busybodies. Paul warned against busybodies. That means they are just up and about. They like gist. Our generation is a gist generation. Go and check online. Check online and you would see very clearly that what What pays?
Gist.
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 Blogs. They don't have any other thing. In Cameroon, you're either gossiping or it's entertainment.
Someone is on free mode but has watched a video. And has
Yes. So
accurate
you will
information
discover
about
that.
the video.
That's just
And the funny part of the whole thing is, thank you so much, Apostle. We'll give him a few minutes to rest while we meet we're going to meet Pastor Julius, who even just interceded. Before I come to you, Apostle, we'll take this contribution from Wimba Patience. She says people gossip because they lack the boldness to confront someone on a particular topic. This lack of boldness is found in their unexpressed approval of the person's superiority to them. Sometimes gossips are just fruits of jealousy expressed by a person who wants to bring someone else down at all costs. Gossips ruin friendship, destroys people's reputation, make it difficult to attain unity in society. So that one says, good morning everyone. Gossip is a terrible practice that needs to be discouraged at every level. This act kills relationships, families, and society. This issue needs to be eradicated at every level. This is from Thank Larry. Thank you so much. All right, Pastor Julius, you've heard why we have gossip from the perspective of Apostle Lapotepan. To you, I want you to bring us to something different. Why do you think nowadays it is very easy for you, like, this is something which is very, very rare, and I find it really difficult. Imagine Ariane and I, we just got to know each other. People will not even bond for who they are, but they will bond over news of somebody else. Like, there are people who have a relationship just because they both hate a particular person, or they both gossip.
Common enemies.
Yeah, about a person. And in the absence of that person, let's say for instance that person were to travel and they lose contact with that person, automatically they realize that they have nothing in common. So it's very sad to see that our society has reached that level. Even some sister-in-laws, they have a relationship just because they are gossiping about another sister-in-law. Like, we all are married in one family, and you and I have a relationship because we can gossip about the third born's wife. You, even if it's between siblings, you find there's a closeness between two particular siblings because they are ganging up against one other sibling. It's so common nowadays. So what can really account for this?
Well, for me, I think that people gossip to feel among.
Oh, to feel among.
Like,
exactly.
I can get here and I want you guys to look at me like someone that can be your friend. So because of that, I just pick something about someone here that I think
all of us,
and I just dish it out to you guys, and
give it to us,
and then you get to disconnect with that person. Then I step in and I take charge of that atmosphere. Okay, Apostle made something. Let me comment. He made a statement. Let me comment on that. He was talking about idleness. I came to understand that when Apostle Paul was talking about works of the flesh in the Bible, he didn't mention idleness. But idleness kills more than some sins. Yeah, it really does.
It kills more than some sins.
Yeah, when people are idle, even the Bible says an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Once your mind is idle, everything that passes around will get into it.
Oh.
And sometimes your heart doesn't have the ability to shift that information, provided you have someone that can listen to you. So, talking about feeling among, when people want to be validated by others, that's one thing that makes people gossip. You just pick news here and say, okay, I want this person to be my friend, but I've tried.
It means gossipers always have an intention and aim for coming towards you.
Yeah. They always have something at the back. That's what Apostle said. The motivation behind what they are saying, even though they are stating facts, but the motivation behind what they are saying. If you see Jesus, he never responded to anybody as per what they said. Even the Bible mentioned that this was their intention, to test him. Yeah, the Bible always mentions that. So, getting the spirit of discernment, like Apostle was saying, is very important. So that you get to know who is coming close to you and who you want to accommodate. Yes, that's it.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that. People want to feel like they belong, and that desire to be validated. Some people will want you to bring a certain story to you, and before you know it, they even turn and start talking about that. Say, me affect me so I don't really like, and whether you said they ever dress me and so, like, they till it. You don't even know when it gets back to them. So they bring this gossip, They bring a gossip about, let's say, okay, I come to Iran and I'm talking about Apostle Lefort Divine. I'm like, you see, it live a woman, they preach for church. Now, why that way me and the go for the particular church? Like, I'm trying to gossip at the same time preaching about my papa. Like, it's at the same time, I think gossip is confusion. You have the spirit of confusion. You're unable to figure out who you are, what you stand for. So you are just talking, you carelessly, you know, like a parrot. Even though parrot has sense and direction more than you.
Someone asked me a question, I think a couple of months back. He asked me that, bro, do you think there will ever be peace in this world? Looking at there's so many things that are happening. I said it is possible for peace to come to this world. First, if we all accept Jesus. Because if you look at the scripture, Jesus' strategy to minister peace to this world is not to minister to the nations, but to individuals. So it is true that people have shortcomings and they can mess up at one point in time. But there is a way that God will compel you to keep certain things and swallow them.
Yeah, like sometimes you want to talk about something,
then
you don't know, your mouth just gets heavy.
Yeah.
Or it's like somebody, your conscience just like, yes, mommy talk. Like yourself, or you're trying to say something to someone and your conscience just, it's like it's a different human being you're getting. Have you ever experienced that?
You get in different voices.
So many times.
You're like, you more talk.
So many times.
There is also a very important thing I want to say, please, about gossip. Another reason for people to gossip is also to rally people behind them for a cause.
Exactly.
Sometimes people do that, especially in congregation.
Politicians will heal you.
Politicians,
Now what happened in
meeting
heaven?
groups.
What happened in
Jangi.
heaven between Lucifer
Yes.
and the angel?
Yes, and all of that. You will discover that you will see somebody will even intentionally start visiting people. Yes, and it's mobilizing. Yes, intentionally visiting people.
So winning.
And yes, no, intentionally. That means some people even draw a list of people they have to bring to their side. So what they do is, and these things even politicians do it, and even some so-called skilled people in corporate wars do this. I'm saying this because a lot of times when we don't know these things, it affects us in ways that, especially today, especially today that people believe that success means having money.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, all kinds of vices are actually
put in place.
Are actually tolerated.
Yeah.
It means people can literally defend all kinds of vice right now.
Yeah.
Just because it's making money.
Exactly.
You see, when I was growing up, a girl could not be proud to say she's dating a scammer. In fact, any girl dating a scammer was either doing a hiding or will be pretending that they don't know he is a scammer.
Like he's not a scammer.
Yes.
Where
And
did
they
you
don't
get
even
that
avoid,
information
when
from?
they even know it, they avoid asking him. You know, because you want to be ignorant.
In that place where you don't know.
Yes. So, but something has happened right now. Girls boldly say, no, I'm a machine man. Which you do is, no.
Hey, they give me a big check there.
Nah, machine man.
Girls even ask if you see messages running around at once.
I hope c'est a scammer.
Yeah.
All of that. Then now the worst part is that not only have our generation accepted it, our parents have accepted it.
Oh God.
Yes, that means parents now endorse
Yeah.
this. They know that their children are doing that. Your child is 24, building you a house. And that's why you see even girls now you say your child, you cannot eat, you are not working anything, and your child is going to school and coming back with a phone of 1 million, paying your rent as a student, yet you're not asking any question. You understand?
The Lord has blessed.
So you can imagine how things have. So in this generation where everything is all about money, it's so difficult to understand this because that's why we have to be very careful who we listen to. I'm always I always laugh when I see Christians in their bid to show that they are woke and they are above religion, bash the church just because they are now rolling with a particular people of a particular cycle. Have you noticed that most Christians, when they travel abroad, they start talking to us Africans?
Yeah, how that when a Cameroon there, I'm like, wow.
No, not Cameroon. How is Africa? It's not Cameroon. they bundle everybody is Africa. How is Africa today? It's not even Cameroon. So my point is this. So in that aim to be woke, I once made a post and I said that it is crazy for us to think that everything is, I don't know if I can put it. Okay, because this is it. When people bash, like he said, it's very important. People today bash the church so that they can be accepted in certain cycles.
Exactly.
I just, not because they really want to bash the church. I'm using that very theory you're saying there, where people want to be accepted in a niche.
Yeah.
So they bash the church to sound woke, to sound non-religious, to sound like they are not foolish, to sound like they are not sheepish. But show me any person on this earth who is not a sheep.
The best of all is the sheep.
Everybody is following something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You are following a voice, and you are being led, even as you lead. So this is life, and because of this, I am so concerned with. That's the reason why people think that, oh, I do this, I consult, I do this. The problem is that you don't get it. I know the effect of Christians listening to ungodly coaches and counselors. They can say everything that is true, but they are going to derail you from your faith. I'm saying this because to bring this point, that I've seen how people target. They sit down, they look at where they are going to in the corporate ladder and begin to target how to bring down people one by one till they get there. I'm talking the corporate structure. I'm talking about how some people visit some people one by one.
Strategy.
They know that if I meet the man, that they sit and they observe that this man and this girl, they are loggerheads. So they come here and meet this man. So you two be see that thing. He say, "Mommy, I see him. I say I do that thing. I say the thing hurt me." Do you know that many people have been offended not by what happened, but by the third party gossip? In fact, I was preaching the other day. Somebody came and said, "You will show you for us." I said, "Hey, mommy, you too strong. You're strong." And God knows that if they can meet the talk with me, so blood for flow. Then all of a sudden, you're like, he said, "No, I see the way that boy talk. Look at, just because now leader, look at, so people give the respect themselves for the place, and then all of a sudden, something you had forgotten,
You were reminded
something you had put away, then the person just builds it, and like, then all of a sudden you are bubbling, you have passed. Then after you pick your phone now, you text the person, "I will not take this, your rubbish," and
That's
and it also happens like in marriages.
That's true.
Yeah, must have talked for you, so.
Yes.
Hey,
So
this
this is the reality of gossip. So some people use this to rally for a cause. It means sometimes some people when they're going against the system of a place, they need some people to approve of them.
and a particular kind of people.
Yes.
Validate their
So
opinion.
they look at those who are always easily offended with the system,
Yeah, that's
And they push you mugus.
and they target you with information that will strengthen your hatred, will strengthen your resistance, will strengthen your resentment. And this is one of the reasons why some people also do gossip.
Yeah. Ariane, you've had a lot. I know you have reasons why people gossip, but listening from Apostle, listening from Pastor Julius, I'm sure you're already full. But I know you have something else to add. Why do people gossip?
So I think, in my own opinion, people gossip in order to feel better about their weaknesses.
Wow. You all came ready for me today. Yes. Feel really better about that. In fact, there's somebody who is just smiling here because like she's reminded of somebody. She's reminded of someone and she's just like, you just keep telling me, like it's sung to her ears. It's true.
Yeah.
To really feel better about their weaknesses.
You know that you're not good at something or you have a weakness. Let's just say maybe you lie, and then you now have a company of people. You've seen another person who maybe doesn't lie as much as you do. But now you discussing it with somebody else, you are giving them that impression that I be facing now only me at the lie. That kind of, finally people then they around to where the lie. We don't like, you are looking exactly.
I'm not the liars of the liars.
Exactly.
I'm saying the liar. Liar.
Maybe you're looking up to somebody, let's say maybe a mentor or somebody, and then it happens that something goes viral, that the person did something like this. You could as well just shh, and it passes. but you want to be among those people that will spread it, so that when you are manifesting your own weakness, people should know that there was somebody
Tell you to do your own.
yes at a higher level than you that did it as well. So you doing yours now, you are not up to their standards, so it's okay for you to do it at the level you are doing it. So you want to feel better about your weaknesses and not work on yourself.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now, Apostle, I want you to elaborate on this particular point. Have you noticed that when people want to gossip about you, or they want to break you, pull you down, what people don't understand, and what many of us are still to understand, is that they go first, but to those who really respect you?
Yeah, the thing about gossip is this. She has just made an expression about feeling better about yourself. So the need to feel better about yourself. Most people, when they cannot step up, what they do is pull down.
Yeah, that's very true.
You understand? It means there are two ways to be up.
Yeah.
Either you go up,
Or you
or
put
you
others
pull
beneath
In
others
the order to your level or beneath.
beneath you, so that you can feel up.
Yeah.
Take that as just a feeling because you have not gone up.
Yeah.
That's
just a
true.
feeling, yeah.
It's a feeling because
That's true.
as long as I'm in this height, if I put somebody down beneath me, I did not go up.
You didn't go up.
Yes. And unfortunately, when you put somebody down, you need to stay at that level to keep the person down. Because if you go up, that person will go up.
Yeah.
So your need to keep the person down must allow you to stand in that place. Now, this is something that people don't get. So the thing is, most of the times, gossip is born out of offense.
That's very true.
Is it an offense sometimes even really genuine?
No, you're not getting me. Everybody can be offended. Because this is something that we all should understand. Like you said, all we don't gossip.
Oh, we.
Oh,
Are you understanding? And it's not something that
Even 5-year-olds today are gossiping.
it is something that because gossip is born out of offense. I think that should be one of the capital reasons for gossip. Out of offense. Because the very you, this very gossip, right? It's sad, but this very gossip, forget about how they think about themselves, whatever affects them more. But you see, this very gossip has defended. You see that person who is living in church because somebody did this or that. That person has accommodated somebody in her family or his family that's done worse. Are you understanding what I'm saying? People have people in their families who have raped, who have killed, who have stolen money that you can never imagine.
Yeah.
Yet they will shout at the mountain. That's why you see the other time when we were talking here, even about doubles and everything, and I told that we must be very wise to understand also what we call discretion. Something our discretion does not know. You get what I'm trying to say? So this very person has also, right, overlooked the flaws of the people they like. Go and look. These very people who are talking about A in a negative way have their own people. That as long as they are not yet offended in you, all is well. Remember I said as long as they are not yet. But once they are offended, like we're talking here, that you will see somebody who date a pastor for 5 years.
Yeah.
Then when now things does not go the way you plan, you get to start saying that you want to confess from those malicious things that you have been
And
doing.
you don't call all of them.
Exactly.
You don't call other people that you have been dating, only that one person. So it means the only sin you have done
Is to date that
is that person.
person.
So that's to tell you that that's not the whole essence of the confession.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because technically you want to hurt. Unfortunately, there's a reason why it looks like girls gossip a lot. It's because unfortunately girls are very vengeful. They are very vengeful. It's true.
dangerous.
They're very vengeful, and they don't even know this. That's why when something is not
I
going,
think I know.
when something is not going the way they want, even if they want to let go, they want to make sure
They
that
first
you're
hurt you first.
You are hurt.
Thank you. That's who we are.
You are hurt
Yeah.
in the process.
Yeah.
You don't even know it. There are a lot of people that, in fact, a girl's love can turn so much to hate that you cannot believe that
Ever
that
liked
it
you.
was ever
True love. Yeah.
love and everything. And that's why I said that's not love. It's because we think that our feelings, high emotions, are love.
More
And that's why people have been
reciprocated too.
blinded by this thing. That is, how can the person say that if I don't have you, nobody else will have you, and you think it's love? And when they were saying it at the beginning, you thought the person was just being overprotective. But it mean
When you were telling me.
it mean
Yeah.
and And you never did the last that time. Now because you didn't never hear vex. So you would see that, let me tell you, the girls who genuinely love, they don't make noise. They just find themselves sacrificing in ways you cannot understand for the person they care about. They are not making it, and that's why you see they will put the interest of the person they are dating first.
Yeah.
It's very simple. When somebody is genuinely in love, they put the interest of that person they are in love first. So these are some things that we are just trying to say, that if we, like you're talking about them hurting, or them talking to the people
they respect you,
it's because they need to feel better, like we have mentioned. Two, they also want to show the person who likes you. Say you didn't like that person, so he too get weakness.
Yeah.
Many of them wish that they had that same attention. I think I mentioned it here.
Yeah.
That they wish they had that same attention that that person is giving to you.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, this time I know it as a pastor. Let me tell you, I used to see as a pastor, I see a lot of members fight to get my attention. We see it, we know it. It's true. Now you will see this will come and say this person has done this.
Yeah.
I laugh. Most of the things they are saying, they think I don't know. I can possibly tell that there's nobody who works closely with me that I don't notice about them. In fact, I know things about them more than you. I know. Just because we sit in church does not mean we don't know. We know people who have been dating until they break up. We not talk, we not to look them. We do not come to church. We do not come to church for relationship program. We hold on after. No, it is true. We watch, and sometimes we know say the thing will end in tears. We watch till it end in tears. Then they come and start telling us when it don't finish.
Yeah, different story.
They start telling, Daddy, there's something I want to tell you. First of all, I want to be saying that I'm sorry that I did not tell you.
No, I have to be truthful. I really want to tell you my truth.
I just look at you. I say, we know these things. Then another person will come. This. Most of the times, it's because they think that my preference of that person for certain tasks or whatever is because I don't know the person's weakness.
Oh, yeah.
So they want to show me that person's weakness so that I should know that that person is not as nice as I think.
Or who you think they are.
Yes. So they don't understand that, first of all, I did still shocked say God choose me for being pastor.
Exactly. Oh my
Till now I
goodness.
still ask, he said, you sure, Daddy?
Are you
Every
sure it's
day
me?
I go and I still ask him, Daddy, check again.
Does this thing like this? Yeah.
No, I know what grace and mercy is.
Yeah.
So I know how to extend it.
Exactly.
And God has never worked with us because we are perfect.
No.
I had to talk with one person one time. Somebody came to me and was complaining. Oh, they are giving this person favoritism at work. I actually almost lost that person as a friend. It was a corporate thing, as a corporate consultant, I have to open your eyes to certain things. So the person was like, oh, this boss, my boss, when it comes to so and so, I don't want to call, God, there's some things that we say it. So we say, let's say that I don't want to, this person, this boss is liking this person, this boss is liking this person more than me. Oh, it's like when I say this, it's going here. No, I'm saying this because even in the corporate world,
No, we've still understood you.
yes, no, even in the corporate world, no, please listen. When we come over online, even when we're doing mentorship and all of that, we are very careful because when we don't call names, we want to still ensure that in the setting, because somebody's watching me now who might be in the setting, in the group of somewhere where and then they try to put some things together and they start form an gossip. So don't assume, please. Just hear what I'm saying. This is a corporate world. So somebody came and was telling me that because I was talking to the leaders of that corporation. I've been privileged. I've consulted for Supermall.
Okay.
That's they have 500 and something workers. I trained their top leaders and I began to open their eyes to some things. That's just to show you how much. I want to just mention that so that people know what we're talking, and some other companies which due to contract we cannot mention. Now, when I was talking to the leaders, I discovered that one. A was saying that it looks like my boss has preference for this, and then it looks like gives like some favors and all of that. That's why I keep telling people when I tell them, I said, never assume you understand. As long as you are under somebody, never assume you understand everything about that system. Know that as long as somebody is above you, there's something you don't know. When you walk like that, it helps you. Don't think that you know everything. Even what they have showed you is not everything. There are things you only know when you go up. So he was like, I said, no, that person's worth can be more than your worth in that company. It's not the same. Don't think that people sacrifice the same. And whether you like it or not, even Jesus gave the principle that those who put my kingdom first, all other things will be added to them. It means that the principle of a system is those who put it first enjoy more benefit from it.
Oh, thank you so much, Apostle Love for Divine. I'm coming to you, Pastor Julius. I always get to learn from this too. He's calm and cool. He does not talk more, but when he opens his mouth. Okay, this one says inferiority or superiority complex causes gossips which affect valuable relationships. This is from Cynthia. And this one, greetings to all in the studio. This is from Mujoko. What an interesting topic. Gossip can lead to diverse effects on every individual. The gossip and the gossipee. Yeah, thank you for coining the word for us. The gossip and the gossipee, especially the gossip lies most always comes in so as to spice up the gist. Okay, so like in gossip lies.
Yeah.
When people, that's why I mentioned something like half-baked information. Someone could just hear something passively. You may be saying something passively, the person does not even understand the context. He or she goes, and because he or she does not understand the depth or the context and the content of why you made that statement, when he or she is taking it to another person to gossip, they now attach lies.
I think
you never say that day so no. You understand? Especially when they want to gossip so that your relationship.
Not only that. Sometimes people know the real truth. Let's be honest here. For all of us who have been telling a story, how many times have you told a story? Then one day when you are telling it, people are not responding the way you like.
You added something. You not changed it.
Yes, you consciously act my given and because you describe, maybe you are talking to somebody who has a different point of view. So when the person talk, the place that you know the person will make, the person will then you understand that you need to cover that whole one time. When the person really get this and talk,
I really hope
you talk.
Just
fire something, one small paper there, like take it.
Yeah, so I think that's what the person says.
Yeah.
And a lot of times gossip comes with modifications so that it can be accepted. For example, there's a niche that you know that you have to present it in a particular way for it to be accepted there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you put
and then she continues to say, someone once said, if you sit in a gossip table to talk about someone, be rest assured you'll be the next one. You get up. So before you talk about people and lie, just feel good. Think of if it were you that they were gossiping about. My dear, many people don't even care. They all they know is we are going to gossip. And especially today, where every young girl wants to marry, everyone wants a relationship, and for some reason, relationship gist, the way relationships gist they outside. Let me even say this one in a local parlance. Relationship gist. Have you seen the person Ariane is dating? Now that boy is so fondongo. Hey, yes. When you start responding like that, it's going somewhere. It's going somewhere. Apostle knows this thing. It's headed somewhere. Say, my friend, don't say wait. He say, yeah. Say, you know that boy don't ask me out now. I said, Jesus. That boy, we don't ask you, my friend. And the kind you ask now, so you could wait till. I go sell you money. That's all of a sudden you can use 2K to contribute to that person to cook. And then as people are eating, there's Maggi in the food. It's tasty. In fact, then you repost that time on stage to say, you're like, hey, did they taste? When I gossip today for some person had the gossip, how did they taste? Today, our generation of today, we all need to go down on our knees and call our ancestors to pray for us. We are not okay. We are not okay at all. Ariane, I'll come to you. Now, when you listen to Apostle, you listen to Pastor Julius. In fact, I think we are already done with why people gossip. And we have also given and let's say accounted for reasons why people will even sit back and gossip. But I really want to ask us this question. How do we feel when we are victims of gossip ourselves? Those of us who gossip. How do you think the people feel when they themselves become victims of the same gossip?
I'll say I've had to gossip about people, and the way I felt first as the one who gossiped. I'll first start with how I felt as the one who gossiped. And the reason I've had to gossip about people for 2 reasons. Because I was insecure about myself, that's one.
That's the most honest person I've ever
And
had.
then because I felt like where they were, I was not there.
Okay.
And maybe I felt like they were a threat to my own small,
Small space.
yeah, you know, say
They have managed
yeah,
to
small
have-
village champion, but yeah, the person job boss.
It's always like this. When somebody has, I don't know. When somebody has come and is getting the attention that you believe that is meant for you, or something, or attention that you have been struggling to have.
They can be now the king for the place. One can rule. Be like you think about it, and then
It's not going well.
and the people that are appreciating that person's presence, you want to give them reasons why you think you are still the person that they need in this
Yeah.
for
That
the
way
camp.
telling me I be the do am. They not be the see am.
You want give them reason why now you still supposed
Yeah,
to.
now
So
why
you
don't
begin
you
to
come?
paint out the person's weaknesses to them. Like this person that people are trying to celebrate more than I who has been here. This is how the
When I
person
go
is.
see am, it go shock una, no worry.
Yes.
When I like shining new thing, then no problem.
Yes.
Then the camp.
You start
When I go
bring,
know say for house now,
Exactly.
all go know what kind of there.
you start bring all that glitters is not gold for
Yes.
that person.
When I do it, I don't know he. Not the other person
No.
why yes, say the other time for that company they eat thief goat. When you never had you anything oh.
Some pigeons land, they say, Chris man for market, he dance the find a person will not be related. to
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not be
Exactly.
related.
It's funny.
Only for
Why
married
not be
family members.
related?
Yeah,
Remember,
it's funny.
Yes. Once it concerns you directly.
You know, it's
Yeah.
never funny.
Yeah.
That's true, and I always feel really bad after I've gossiped somebody. Like I know that it is gossip. When I'm done with it, I know that this thing will be the talk, so not be for bring any solution or for help any situation.
And then do you know the painful part of the whole thing? Let's say you go, let's say I come and meet Claudine and I gossip and I tell Claudine something. And Claudine is very, very supportive of me. Then tomorrow I hear that Claudine gossiped about me. It's like you should tell yourself. Now you're not getting angry because Claudine gossiped, but you're angry because you're afraid that Claudine probably mentioned, you know, some of the things you
Something
say.
that's
I've been
your
saying.
ego.
Exactly. Claudine probably mentioned what you also said, and it's so bad.
And the funniest thing about gossip is that the information is never the same when it reaches the third party.
Well,
Usually
it's
it's a lie.
as it leaves from the first person's mouth. Have you never seen a situation where you tell your friend something to tell another friend, and only while the friend is talking in front of you, say, my friend, not talk, nothing, I talk say, say, okay, no, it talk say the lecturer become, I'm not talking the lecturer become, I talk say, I see for me, just in front of you. You know, the person is transmitting it in a different way. Pastor Julius, have you ever been a victim of gossip? Like, have you ever heard something about yourself and you had to go and ask the Holy Spirit, what is this me?
Yeah. That's happened a couple of times though.
I think for you men of God, it's like your daily bread. Gossip and scandal.
It's part of what makes you a pastor. I made a post the other day. I said, live your life expecting the day of your scandal, because some of those things will be true and some will not be true.
You know that somebody already said, already said the theory, no? That is scandal. So they already gossiping about the post you made, though.
Yeah.
A post you made.
Live your life expecting the day of your scandal. Some people will carry some things about you and put out there. Some of them will be true, because not all gossips are lies. Some are stating facts.
Yeah.
But sometimes the intention behind the fact is actually the problem. But sometimes I think people forget the fact that they are humans. And the reason why you have this body, that's what makes you a human.
Yeah.
If you were to not be a human, then you will not be in this body.
Yeah, most definitely.
But that you are a human, you must have this body. And sometimes this body has its demands. And sometimes you talk even before you reason. Okay, I was discussing with a pastor friend of mine. He said one day he was driving on his way back from work and somebody just crossed the road without even looking. So he started shouting the person and insulting, yeah, mommy, yeah, this. I said, Pastor, come.
That's why you remember that he's now born again.
I said, Pastor, come.
Yeah, the spirit of born again is him.
Yeah.
left him.
I said, okay, so you backslide for 1 minute. Yeah, alive back for Christ. See, he's talking from the
the
human nature
fear that
he has.
he encountered, knowing that he may have knocked the person
Then,
down.
his reason is that, okay, if I knock this person down, probably I should be in the cell by now.
Yeah, is that
People
fear? And
rally
generally
around to beat me too. And sometimes people don't feel that they are humans. And when humans make mistakes, people now capitalize on the mistakes that they make rather than, because this is how I see life. We all have different challenges. And we all have different people who have overcome different challenges. So for instance, let me talk about someone who is suffering from drunkenness. There are people who have overcome drinking.
Yeah.
So tell me your secret. Tell me what you've been able to
overcome that.
to avoid that, rather than taking my name out there to condemn me out there. Because even you that you are saying that, okay, I'm not drinking again,
but you're masturbating.
There is something else that you are doing.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're not drinking, but you masturbate.
Yeah.
You don't drink, you don't masturbate, but you smoke.
Yeah. So you are not being human enough.
Yeah.
So getting back to your question, there are things that we are afraid sometimes that we are like, God, I beg you give you grace more continue. We not can the reason to prove a point.
Yeah.
We not come this journey now for proof for somebody say we are better. There's a statement that God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies.
I think we don't know that. Maybe people should have a seminar and talk about that particular scripture. Because I think it's a notion that people have that the men of God are supposed to be these righteous men. But even Apostle Paul said it. The things I wish to do, I don't do them.
Look at Jesus himself. The Bible tells us that anger is a sin. Did you see Jesus carry a whip to the temple and flog people?
He flogged people very well.
But the Bible tells us that it did not sin.
The truth there is that everybody that is worshiping and adoring Jesus right now, if they lived with Jesus, will not call him righteous.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is, righteousness according to God's standard is not the way we see it.
Yeah.
Not everything that's even moral is righteous.
Yeah.
No, some people they don't yet get it. Jesus called people vipers. Let me say no. Just say you this snake.
Hypocrites.
No, I want to make get the picture. Say, see me this snake, these thief people they move. Imagine your pastor. You're a pastor in a crusade. Imagine like as Joseph the man came here like this.
Yeah.
Some policeman come I say, this thief, man, this snake, come on, this
go.
500.
And then we'll install him.
That's how John the Baptist preached to.
Jesus called Peter in front of everybody and called him a devil.
John the Baptist was so radical.
In his church, Jesus called Peter Satan. Yeah. Imagine if you were a member of that church.
Yeah. I will never come to your church again. I'll backslide. I'll call you a very rubbish man of God.
Now, I want to show you another thing. Your Bible records, I know this is going to hurt some people and they will not like me to hear me. But they have never really liked me before. They have never really anything to me before.
Their liking does not have any
monetary
value.
By now you should know that you are wasting your hate.
So
no monetary value.
Because I know
all the people gossiping about me, they don't have, they are poor. They don't have Range Rovers.
I know that if there was a way that they had the keys of heaven, they would have locked
you, but like you can never enter.
Let me say this. Sometimes when you read the Bible, don't be mentally dishonest.
Yeah.
Jesus did not fast while he was on earth. After that time, I talk. He said his disciples did not fast. He said that he's with them. Made a chop. The Bible said that John did not eat. They called him a devil. The Son of Man came eating. They called him a glutton. It means that Jesus did chop. It means when he came to Mala.
If Jesus was in this Cameroon now.
No, you don't hear me.
I think I can
now,
wedding.
After that, where Jesus are wedding and program. No try.
Jesus with that enjoyment.
Listen, not only that. The next time they say the Son of Man kept eating and drinking. And then they called him, says that they call him a wine bibber. Listen, they cannot accuse you of a wine bibber if you are not drinking wine.
Jesus will do a carpentry work. Maybe people relax.
No, please, let's we might say this and we're laughing and so and then suppose that no, Jesus, hey, Jesus, and
like they want to defend Jesus for Jesus.
For example, I know that in your mind Jesus no shit. No, I want to say this with your good mind, Jesus no shit. Just as if David Eto,
34
years, ever go shit,
ever brush mouth.
But even the Bible tells us that the reason why God brought him into the human flesh is so that he experienced the things
No,
that
they don't. We don't. That's why he said that we don't know that part.
A lot of time we need to exalt it like that,
Yeah.
because we just want to put him in a place.
Yes.
Look, I
It
understand.
becomes like an
I
imaginary
understand
something.
their genuine concern
Yeah.
that they don't want to give license for people to be doing anyhow.
Yeah.
But you see, you cannot talk of choice until people really have the choice and choose good. That's why you see,
That's right.
God does not want to force his love
That's
on you.
right.
Love is a choice that must be chosen by the beloved. That's why no matter how much God loves us, he does not expect us, he has never forced this love on us. You understand? So we cannot, whether you that deeper life story that's the for here. How did you carry belly? How did you carry belly? If they think that by her time, how did you carry belly? When you see someone when is scared the sweep floor, how did you carry belly? Listen, let's be very practical here. Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
The truth about the matter is, until we get to that point, like we're talking about this about gossip and all of these things. Let me read a passage for you. I just want to read this passage in Amplified, a very popular passage, Psalms 1 verse 1.
Okay.
In Amplified, it says, "Blessed, happy, fortunate, prosperous, and enviable is the man who walks and lives not in the counsel of the ungodly." That means following their advice, their plans and purposes, nor stands submissive and inactive in the path where sinners walk. I want to point out with this thing. That means the person, this is to tell you, this is to confirm what I was telling you.
It's not the gossiper.
It's not just the gossiper, not the person talking,
recipient.
but even the person who stands there is at fault. And the Bible puts it that you stand submissive and inactive, nor sits down to relax and rest where the scornful and mockers gather.
With the gossip.
That's where bad company corrupts good morals.
Yes, this is Psalms 1 verse 1.
Even if you're not doing anything.
That is it. A number of people, about 50 young boys, saw Elisha and began to shout, "You're barhead, you're barhead." I can tell you that 50 people cannot shout together that you're barhead. There must be one person there that was very uncomfortable with it.
Then he was just there.
But the bear tear it because he was in that company.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I'm telling you, there are people who have been part of discussion that they're very uncomfortable with. But like he said, that need to be accepted in that company. You have to accommodate it. Yet you will suffer whatever they are suffering.
Yeah.
Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
You see, so this gossip thing, because this we are already running on. I want to just give my.
Yeah, we're begging Madam Claudine for this day, 10 more minutes.
To conclude.
So we'll have to talk about the effects on gossip.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we're already talking about it.
Yeah. Okay, let me just read this one then before we continue. Gossip is a sin. It changes the form of the story and mostly involves lies. Not good associating with friends who gossip. This is Dr. Fobella all the way from Banging.
You see this gossip thing, I know it. I know its effect. I know how it has hurt me. I know the kind of things that
hurts your relationship.
I know the kind of things it has done. But you see, like I said, we have said something here that has even plus the problem. For example, when we tell you that idleness causes it, you will see that if you just stop being idle, you have reduced your propensity
To gossip.
to gossip.
Yeah.
Secondly, don't keep friends with idle people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another thing. You might not be idle, but you have friends with idle people.
Yeah.
But you see, it has hurt in such a way that I know how this thing has been. In such a way that, unfortunately, people take it for granted. And I really want to say this because we all have discussed in one way or the other about something or someone. That's the honest truth. I have seen it, I've seen how people spoke and everything, but I learned one thing. The other day we went for one of my classmates in secondary school, the wife died. So unfortunately, I went there to the funeral, so we met some old classmates and everything. As usual, I've always been a topic of discussion, even when I'm not there. So we have been discussing. So when I came in, even when people go to there, I always laugh in front of you.
Yeah. And as you don't tell you about the fish, they pinch.
So it does not mean anything. So But along the line, when I was going, I carried some of my other classmates I've not seen for a while. So I discovered all like, oh, CD1. Then they started giving me their own gist, this has happened. I was like, really? I was shocked at the things I was hearing. God is my witness. But most of them will actually think that I'm aware of these things. Because
they were telling you like their own scandals.
Yes, there are some things that have been happening to some of my classmates that I have no clue about. Some of them are right in this way. I have no clue. Sure. Because when you map out your path and you really have what is going on, there are many pastors who have met me on the street. This is not pride.
No,
God knows. Who have met me on the street, and heaven knows that I can never see a man of God and recognize him as a man of God and despise. But there are many men of God that have met me, greeted me, and maybe I cannot respond to them the way they thought I should, because they thought I knew them, but I honestly did not know them. I've come right to this high TV until somebody left, and when I was calling my name, a pastor's wife, I was saying on air, maybe the person is watching, a pastor's wife, I came into this high TV, the person was sitting there, I never know her, but I know her husband's name as a pastor. But even the husband, if at that time,
if the husband were to come here, you wouldn't know he's the one.
And I know that man's name because another friend in Douala left her children with the person and stuff. Long story. Yeah. So I entered here with my host, like somebody was hosting me here. Yeah. And then as I entered, some people were sitting away, so I just greeted generally. And I walked. We were already late, so I came late, so they were trying to catch up. Then I came and I was there. And when I get that general greeting, that lady did not greet. But someone like me, I don't keep those things in my mind. It's not concerning me. So I came. So later, this person calls me and said, so I meet up so woman, necklace, I don't know it. I'm like, who is she? And then the person is shocked. How can you say who is she? I said, who is she? It's Pastor so wife. I said, so don't you know the pastor? I said, I know the pastor, but I can tell you now, if I see that pastor, I'll not even know him by face. I said, so this person recognizes me, does not greet me, but is offended that I recognize. I just want to show you how gossip can hurt. Now I was sitting and they were calling my name and saying, oh, I don't big no. No, not be a big apostle. Now she thinks I know her.
Sometimes even if apostle you do not know, sometimes you can still know someone, but we change. Like for us ladies, I can put on a wig that you Ariane can bypass me and not even know I was the one. Exactly. I can put on weight. Ariane has not seen me for like 2 months. And so we bypass it. Happens. All it suffices for you to call, hey Ariane, you did not realize that I was the one, and you see the shock on her face. Communicate. Yes, it just communicates.
So it's live, and I want to come now to my own conclusion about this, because these things we all have been victims with all the scandal. They say this, sometimes people say they're like, what? So I drew the conclusion, like the pastor said. I already know that they will gossip me. I'm saying this because you should know that you cannot escape gossip. Just know this. So you have to just be aware of that. That gossip is part of life.
Be ready for it.
Just expect
Stop
it.
picking an offense from me.
Because you yourself, once in a while, before you know it, you are also engaged in it.
Right.
And this thing has hurt people. It's still hurting people. We need that consciousness to avoid. You got that definition. What is somebody's private business? It does not concern you. I don't know. Look at how people are walking all right and talking about the head tie of Moses Bliss' wife. Are you Moses Bliss?
My brother, I just saw it on social media
yesterday. You Moses? How on earth does somebody's wife dressing
concern you?
How is it your problem?
My sister, I don't want to sound like a hater. But you need to start dressing because this is he's a Nigerian man. No, he was a Nigerian man before he married her.
Listen, if Moses Bliss complain, then I will understand your conversation. How can a man be taking his hand and go and choosing his hair tie and disturbing
and it affects you?
Is it your hair tie?
It's just like somebody buys a red car, said man is black motor.
Your hair tie? No, go buy your hair tie.
Man buy motor, you hate color.
I like this car, but another color.
So Teddy and motor fine, but you know, say for fine for purple.
Crazy.
So please, yes, I just want to really say that it's really hurting, it's demeaning, but know that it's something you cannot escape. And I wanted to also highlight that you who listens, you are promoting it.
Yeah.
Stick to the focus. I told somebody, I said, there are things that should not come to you. If it comes to you, you have opened a door.
Yeah.
You have opened a door. Stick to what matters. Stick to what matters. If I have the opportunity, I'll talk something about in the corporate place maybe before I go. But
yeah, I said we've begged Madam Close in 10 minutes. So, Pastor Julius, I'm with you. The effects of gossip. What do you think are those things that gossip causes, and if possible, your solutions as you talk about the effects of gossip?
Well, I think gossip kills trust.
Yeah.
Yes, because sometimes people need people who can listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
But if I open up my worst to you, I'm opening up to you because I know you can keep my information.
Yeah, you trust me.
I'm opening up to you because I know that somehow we can pray about it.
Yeah.
Somehow we could get solutions from different sources. But hearing it now from another person makes me to distrust you.
Yeah.
And then I think that
You're not a reliable person.
yeah. So I think that when it concerns combating this gossip, you must first build focus in life.
Yeah, get
Yes,
busy.
Get
with something.
busy. Yes. I made a statement some time ago. I said, loaded people have very few words. Someone who has many things to handle doesn't speak anyhow. Like our father always tells us that there are people that have come to the office for prayers. Then he looks at them and he says, it is well. And they get offended. That it is well will give them the miracle. He must not speak in tongues and shout and jump
Pastor,
and jump.
you said something very powerful. We have this tradition, Apostle Lepo Divine, where we go and pick fruits from the fruit tree on the 31st night, which is like a word that the man of God has prayed for. So anyone you pick is what speaks for you. So during that year, I was really angry. Like I had a lot of issues. We had worked as students. I went for internship. We worked in very infested areas. So I think a needle pricked me. And they were saying that most of those needles there were from HIV patients, and also I was scared. I had a lot, so I was praying. I said, God, please just give me a fruit, and I wanted healing. That's what I wanted. Now I went and picked salvation. I vexed the whole that day. So wait till I do salvation. No, I don't really give my life to God. No, I never get salvation. Now we say salvation again. Before I went out to the man of God, and he now had to explain what salvation meant. Before I knew that day, that salvation encompassed everything and more. Like it encompassed what I was looking for and more. So at the end of the day, I think at one point communication too will help this issue of gossip.
Yeah.
It will help, because sometimes the gossip comes where maybe someone comes to you. I can come to Ariane. I'm like, Ariane, well, I've heard this about you, and when these people were talking, and I'm not coming in bad faith, I'm not coming to tarnish that person's image, neither am I coming to tarnish your image. I just feel a little bit disturbed that this is the information that is running around about you. And then you instead pick an offense about that person who was raising a genuine concern about you, and you start spreading that person's own weaknesses, start spreading news about that person. Meanwhile, that person truly had no problem. It was not to tarnish your image, but maybe the person cannot even talk to you.
I like this particular. Please, I'd like to make a comment on this. This particular. Yes, please stop. I'd like to say something before time gets over.
Okay. So the last point I have in my list is that you must be able to choose your company wisely.
How do we choose it wisely?
Yeah.
How do we know who to choose?
You get to know who is a focused person in life.
There's some people who look focused, but they are very, very unfocused.
No, when you get close, you will know.
Okay.
Yes, when you get close, you know.
Because I think that's another thing, Pastor. Maybe you and Apostle will come here one day to tell us how we to choose friends.
Yeah.
We don't know who to call a friend. Because every day now, I'm a bestie, my best friend.
People who are focused in life, people who don't have time to go out there and
that's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah, and gather negative stuff. People who carry a vision in their mind.
Okay.
Yeah, people who work on a daily basis. When they lie down, they are thinking about how to become better, how to enhance their destinies, how to better even where they are coming from. These are people you should keep around you, because when you get close to them, they will tell you their challenges. It's like you suffering from prayerlessness, and all your friends are prayerless people. You understand? That is a very wild combination.
Very, very well.
You must get close to people who,
like periods, the power 10.
Yes. People who if you're praying for 30 minutes and you're seeing it as prayerlessness. You must get close to people who pray for at least 5 hours or 1 hour or 2 hours and who can challenge you to make steps.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that this can combat gossip.
I love you, Pastor, because when you come, you always bring a different side that most often we've not seen. Ariane,
Yeah.
how do we combat gossip, and what to you are the effects? We are women, so I know with you, gossip is our daily bread too. Women and pastors fall in one group. As a woman, if you say they've never gossiped about you, then you're joking. Maybe you know, or you are pretending not to know, or nobody has ever brought it to your attention. So please tell us the effect of gossip and what to you we could do to combat it.
One of the effects of gossip that I see to be very killing nowadays is gossip can destroy one's integrity. Yes, like
Yeah.
I've heard people spread rumors about, especially pastors.
They suffer
You will say
a
that
lot.
a pastor has a child out of wedlock with so and so lady. By the time you are now repenting to say that no, I was paid to say it, or something happened, the information has gone too viral that you
International.
can never take it back. Do you know the number of people that have lost their faith because of that information that has gone viral? You cannot go to every person that heard that information to take it back.
Because you don't
from
even
them.
know how many people were there.
Yes,
and
you
how many people
cannot.
heard.
They've already lost their faith. They say,
Yeah, best
now why
friend,
that
that's
I
your
know
best friend.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now why that me I know you want to do anything with these church people about this church thing them.
You know, yeah,
Somebody
church.
has lost their faith. You cannot do anything to take it back.
Yeah.
Once you have one of the effects is that once the information is out there, it cannot be gotten back.
Yeah.
You cannot fully take it back. Even if you apologize, you cannot undo
Like some
what
people
you've
do
done.
now on social media when they say something bad about a man of God, and then they go later. Especially these bloggers, we'll call them a blog, not bloggers, because blogging too has to deal with real facts. You have to investigate before you come blog.
Exactly.
But what we do now is we just want content. You
Yes.
write about the man of God, and then maybe 2 months after we are looking for that post, you have deleted it. But people are screenshotted.
Yes.
They've screenshotted
Yes.
the
They
post.
have removed the post.
They removed it, but you have removed it, deleted, and you think you're clean. People will
Yes.
check your camera, they will not see.
They will
But
not
people
see
have it in
it.
their phones. That the other man of God will even one small thing that does not even concern the man of God really will just come out. That post will come back again. You will just see the post that will appear on social media.
Yes.
If not for God, who will gather in Boya today to listen to Apostle Johnson Suleiman?
They might
That's
also-
after all these scandals around.
The thing is this. I always tell people something about gossip. That gossip does not need to be true to be justified. You see, a lot of times people think just because I'm saying the truth, I have the right to say it.
That's right.
Even truth must be communicated rightly
Yeah.
for it to be effective.
Exactly.
You see, if my aim is to really communicate, how I talk is as important as what I say.
Yeah.
You see, most people are not there to educate, for example. There's a way that somebody talks on Facebook, I know you are just trying to puff up with knowledge you have.
Yeah.
No, when your aim is to teach, communication matters. That's why I talk about learning communication skills.
The words even that you use.
Yes. So when I see people rant, insult in the name of passing across information, no. It means your aim is not. Your aim is to flaunt that you know.
And to actually attack the person's mind
Yes.
too.
So I always say this. It is not enough for the information to be true. If you are looking for justice, am I saying that people should not look for justice or people should sit quiet when there's injustice? No. But you see, if you are looking for justice, there's a way to go about it.
Yeah.
Check all the stories on social media. How many of you heard went to the police?
Yeah.
Because there is literally no case. But you see, the only
Yeah,
thing it has done, it has hurt the person you talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Damage the
integrity,
reputation of the person and-
Yes.
It's family.
Oh, no.
It's so important. When somebody comes back and start talking about an uncle who, is it rape or whatever, and put up the picture and everything, I laugh. That's somebody's father. Am I saying that justice should not be served? If you think that you need some justice,
This is
Yeah,
system.
places.
follow up the system.
Yeah.
There are places.
There are
to get
places
to.
to go. All the only thing that will happen on social media is comments, sharing, promotion, and all of that. And this brings me to my conclusion that you must understand that who you are talking to, like you made a statement, let me start with what you said. You said, how can we even know to wisely choose? I think that's a good topic, because anytime it comes to choosing and wisely and everything, it's not something that happens overnight, because you cannot choose beyond your own growth.
Yeah.
You see, most people cannot choose wisely, not because there is not wise choosing, or there are not people out there, but because you have not grown. There's a reason why even legally they don't allow minors to marry.
Yeah.
Because they assume you have not grown to the level where you can make an informed decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get me? So some people, if you don't build yourself, for example, how would you know? You see, great minds don't discuss people. They discuss ideas. They don't sit down and they say, oh, A, this, B, this. You can sit with me from now till tomorrow. You will not hear me discuss this, that.
Yeah.
People have talked, go up, kind of, with all the things that people said to me. Go and ask. Have I answered who? If it's very simple. If those things were true, or you have a case, why don't they just go to the police and follow up something, and it's done?
Yeah.
Are you get what I'm saying?
getting it.
So this is it. We must get to that point where you understand that gossip.
Yeah.
Anytime you talk, like I mentioned this in the last time before we got all this.
Yeah.
That anytime you talk to somebody who, and I'm following her definition, that's why I love her definition.
Yeah.
Anytime you're talking to somebody who cannot solve that issue, or is not directly involved in it, it's gossip. It means that if you are talking about your boss to your co-worker, it's gossip. But know this, not everything is gossip. Your boss cannot gossip you. Your boss has the right to discuss you. You are part of his work. So your boss can call your own friend and co-worker and ask, what is this, what is that, what is that? And if that person talk, it's not gossip. I'm saying this as a product and say, oh, you come up with a gossip for boss. No.
It's discussion.
No.
That's right.
No.
It's for the
In
betterment of the
fact, if
institution.
I ask you, you don't tell me, I fire you.
That does not mean you should go to the boss now that you want to discuss. So you don't go to the boss that you want to discuss. Meanwhile, your motive is that you're gossiping.
Yes. No. At the end of the day, we have said that
That's
is motive.
Yeah, motive matters.
Motive matters. So we have already passed information, but I want to make some things clear.
Guys, some people have the last born spirit.
No, I want to make some things clear. I want to make something very clear that you can't be instructing your elder in public.
Yeah. That's,
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And then you get up and now say, for example, like she was saying, you get and now say, like I was saying, there's what I was going to talk about, because you were saying that, for example, there are some things that the discussion should end with you.
yeah.
Are you hearing me? It's not everything that they told you about me. Don't tell me.
That's true.
Don't tell me. Sometimes some people want to be one as a good friend and bring information. Can I shock you? As a marriage counselor, let me advise you. If your friend's husband is cheating, it's
up.
not your place
Yeah, it's not.
to tell her.
But what if she catches it and she's confining in you?
That's a different story.
Okay.
Listen, when somebody is doing something, they will be judged. Everything has its consequence. But avoid being the one who delivers bad
Propagate
news.
such. Yeah.
Listen, Jesus must be betrayed, but don't be the Judas.
That's right.
Are you getting me? Somebody will hurt me, but it should not be you.
That's why even
Once you do it, you have set up yourself for your own hurt.
That's true.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Don't always claim that it's because you have to save your friend. No. Now your friend take your hand, choose him massa.
yes.
You don't know the things she has seen. That's why you talk now the small one. You know the one you don't see him. You know concern you.
And some people don't even
Stay
get
your
from cheating
lane.
husbands.
Go focus your own for learn how to find your own massa where you not go cheat.
Some people don't even get problem with cheating husbands.
Yes, who told you it was a problem? Be calming down. But most of the people be calming down. Let's be very clear. I wanted you to react because I was reacting to what you said. That you have heard something and then I came to tell you and that person was saying out of good motive and now you start saying no.
There's no good motive in
No,
this one.
it is simple. There are things that when it reaches you, if it after it reaches you, kill it.
Yeah.
Kill it. It ends there.
One of the ways
Kill
of
it.
ending gossip.
Kill it and it ends there. It's not everything you must not go and talk. Because out of anger, offense, remember we said offense is one of the reasons gossip continues.
Yeah.
That thing will still continue.
Yeah. That's
Are you
true.
getting
It's a cycle there now.
There are things that if you want to be on the safe side, don't allow come to you. Keep it to yourself. I used to tell people, I said, anything you hear about my mentor, if you don't want a man fire you, don't bring it to me. Because you are telling me it will hurt me, not him.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the spiritual capacity and authority to how does it help me? How do I solve it?
That's true.
You are coming to tell me about my mentor's marriage. Ma, do I go call my mentor here? You must put it down.
The
only thing he would do is to demean him in my eyes, and it will hurt me because God knew who he was and to put me under him.
And he start building offense in you.
Exactly.
Start building offense, and that offense can lead to
So I have built a fence that once you start, everybody around me knows there are lines you don't cross. You just come, you also talk, shh. It's your business. Yes. Now when you do it like this, I'm just saying this because this is the reality of gossip.
Yeah.
I'm saying this because that is how it should end. Not everything must be propagated.
Oh, thank you so
Keep
much.
it to yourself. The hot people talk as well because you two want to talk. You two want to talk. Swallow them.
Want to feel more.
You want to feel more. Just leave it like that.
I really want to thank you all because the fact that Madame Claudine has allowed us here is because she's learning a lot, and I want to thank her big time because this is time she was supposed to be doing a lot on the High TV, but she allowed us to dish out because she is learning from everything you people have been saying. So I really want to thank you all for being as wise and as resourceful as you all could be. Thank you so much, Apostle Julius, for coming, and we appreciate you. Madam Ariane, you are my go-to girl, so I really appreciate you for everything, and thank you for coming even when I call you at short notice. Our radicalist Apostle, you always have a hand there because when you come, you and Apostle Julius, you people just complete the whole thing. As I said, please, the two of you can tell me when we should come live and talk about how to choose friends, because now I think it's one of the most important things. It's timely. People need to learn some skills, and it would start from how to choose your company, not just friends.
Yes,
your company, yes, your company.
But it's very important because people don't know what a friend is.
Yes.
So I think that's the
that's what when next you see Apostle and Pastor Julius, know that is what is on board. If Ariane also has something from her research that she's gathered, she will let me know if she wants to be a part of that panel. I thank you all again. And before we go, Pastor Julius had something for me, but unfortunately I don't know if we could play it because as you see, you did not give the video.
Yes.
But we still want to see it, or maybe you do privately.
I'll just do it privately.
All right, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, today is my birthday. I cannot go without saying that. So happy birthday to me. In as much as there are no pictures on your screen, please do well to pray for me. Say a word of prayer for me. You can gossip me too if you want. It's okay, but do whatever it is that you want to do, except something that goes to the other side. Just say a word of prayer for me. I would really appreciate that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you to Madam Claudine Limbil. Thank you to the editor-in-chief, Madam Alice Likia Ikomi. Thank you to Mr. Eno Ayokomfree for general supervision. Thanks to each and everyone who sent in text messages. I'm talking about Larry, Mojoko, and the others. I cannot remember their names. As we go, we leave you in the company of beautiful programs still to come. Do not forget, Focal Point comes up every Wednesdays and Fridays at from 11 a.m. right up to 12:30 p.m. I know you guys are going to enjoy this one, so I'll keep it up again for you guys on Friday. So you can still keep it sending your contributions. We'll relay it to Apostle and the pastor as well as Ariane, so that if there be any other angle you people want them to touch, they will come back on board. I love you all so much. Stay blessed, stay safe. Goodbye.
The promise. This year, you gon' make that money this year. You go drive that motor this year. God go open new doors this year. This year, thunder go fire that wish man wish done. For your lane, Holy Ghost, they are back. You must accomplish your dreams this year. This year, this year. You gon' make that money this year. You go drive that motor this year. God go open new doors this year.